All right, so we're diving into Super Bowl 2025 today. We've got some excerpts from the Hindustan Times live blog, and well, we're going to try to figure out what made this Super Bowl so unforgettable.
Yeah, I mean, everybody remembers the score, but it's more than that, right? Like, what were the big cultural moments?
Right, exactly. So first things first, the Eagles beat the Chiefs, 40-22.
Yes, stopping the Chiefs from getting that three-peat victory, which, by the way, has never happened before.
Huge, especially for the Eagles, right? Like Hurts and Sirianni.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Big redemption arc for them. They lost to the Chiefs in Super Bowl OVI.
Right, so this was payback time. Okay, moving on. Kendrick Lamar, halftime show. Big question everyone was asking, would he do the Drake diss track? Not like us.
Yeah, that was a big one. And, with that whole lawsuit and all,
Right, so did he.
he did, but, and this is a big but, he left out the word pedophile.
Interesting. I mean, I guess with the lawsuit still going on.
Yeah, it's a tough call. Freedom of expression versus, legal ramifications.
Absolutely. Okay, so there was all this talk about a possible on-field proposal.
Oh, yeah, the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift thing.
Right, and that didn't happen. But then, this other thing.
What? That Taylor Swift got booed?
Yes, when they showed her on the Jumbotron.
Well, to be fair, the Chiefs were losing at that point.
True, true. Maybe just some frustrated fans.
Yeah, could be. Although the pictures show her with, like, a total stone face.
Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either. Okay, now this is something I did not see coming.
What, Trump being there?
Yeah, first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl.
Pretty wild considering his history with the NFL, right? Like, all that criticism of Goodell.
Totally. It's like, what's he doing there?
Right. And then, of course, the game ends and he's on social media talking about how everyone was cheering for him.
Oh, yeah, and that Taylor Swift got booed. He even said the only one who had a tougher night than the Chiefs was Taylor Swift.
Oh, man. Kicking them while they're down. So we've got a close game, a controversial halftime show, and a presidential appearance nobody saw coming. What else happened at the Super Bowl?
Fill me in.
Well, for starters, Jon Batiste did the national anthem. And then there was that thing during halftime. Security had to escort a protester off the field.
Oh, right, right. I vaguely remember that. What were they protesting?
The live blog doesn't really say. But still, it's kind of a big deal. Like, even the Super Bowl isn't immune to protest.
Makes you think. Okay, any other big moments?
Oh, yeah, Serena Williams was a dancer during Kendrick Lamar's set.
No way. So this Super Bowl had it all. Sports, music, celebrity cameos. What's not to love?
It's like they tried to cram everything into one night.
Seriously. So what about that protester, the one that got escorted off the field?
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty bold move, right? Trying to make a statement on such a huge stage.
Yeah, millions of people watching. Do you think it's actually effective, though? Like, does it really make a difference?
It's tough to say. It definitely gets people's attention. But then again, some people might just get annoyed, Just let me watch the game.
Right, right. It all depends on the message, I guess, and how it's delivered. Speaking of messages, did you see that Yahoo ad?
The one is Bill Murray?
Yeah, giving out his real email address.
Oh, man, that was classic Murray. So simple, but so brilliant.
Right. I heard his inbox, like, exploded after that.
People eat that stuff up. Like, oh, wow, a celebrity is actually a real person.
Totally. Okay, can we go back to Trump for a second?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the whole thing is just bizarre, right?
It's like 1 minute he's bashing the NFL, the next he's sitting in a luxury box.
Right. Remember when he was all over Twitter, railing against players kneeling during the anthem, calling for boycotts and everything?
Yeah, it's a complete 180. So what do you think? Change of heart? Or just, trying to win over some voters?
Who knows? Maybe a bit of both. But then he posts about the crowd cheering for him.
Oh, yeah, and about Taylor Swift getting booed. It's like he just couldn't resist, could he?
Nope, he just had to throw that in there.
Like, come on, man. All right, so we've got Trump's surprise appearance, the almost proposal, and the Taylor Swift booing incident.
Oh, and let's not forget about Kendrick Lamar.
Right. Changing the lyrics to Not Like Us.
I mean, smart move, right? Given the lawsuit and all.
Yeah, probably saved himself a lot of legal headaches.
For sure. But he still killed it, One of the best halftime shows in years.
Totally agree. Oh, and Serena Williams.
Wait, what? I missed that.
She was a dancer during Lamar's performance.
No way. That's awesome.
Right. This Super Bowl was like a convergence of everything.
Music, sports, politics, even some protests thrown in there.
Oh, and we can't forget about the Puppy Bowl.
Of course. Team Fluff took home the trophy this year.
So cute. It's like a palate cleanser after all the Super Bowl craziness.
Exactly. A little bit of wholesomeness. But you know what else I thought was hilarious? That drinking commercial with Ben Affleck.
Oh my God, yes. Him working the drive-thru?
And then Casey Affleck shows up. And Belichick?
Pure gold. It's like they knew exactly how to tap into that, like, Boston humor.
And it worked. Everyone was talking about it the next day.
Brands are getting so good at these Super Bowl commercials. It's like they're not even ads anymore.
Yeah, more like mini movies with huge budgets.
Exactly. So, as we wrap up our Super Bowl deep dive, I think it's safe to say this one was for the books.
Seriously, so many twists and turns. It's like they wrote a script for it.
And we're not even done yet. We still have to talk about the bigger picture. Like, what does this Super Bowl say about us, about our culture?
Ooh, good point. That's a whole other conversation.
Exactly. We'll get to that in part 3, but first, a quick break. It's crazy, right? Like, we think we're just watching a football game, but it's so much more than that.
It really is. It's like this, I don't know, mirror reflecting our culture back at us.
So if we take a step back and look at this Super Bowl as a whole, what are the big takeaways? What do we see?
I think the biggest one is like, this isn't just about sports anymore. It's this platform for everything like social commentary, politics, even art.
Yeah, I mean, think about Kendrick Lamar changing those lyrics. It sparked this whole debate about freedom of expression and, legal limits.
Totally. And then, the protester getting escorted out. Even the Super Bowl can be a place for protest.
Right, and we can't forget about Trump being there.
Yeah, that was huge. Whether he was sincere or just playing politics, it added a whole other dimension to the event.
It really did. And then you've got the celebrities like Taylor Swift almost getting proposed to, Serena Williams dancing with Lamar. It's like a magnet for star power.
Well, yeah, brands are spending millions on these commercials trying to grab a piece of that attention. And we're seeing this trend where ads are becoming more like entertainment.
Right, like that Dunkin' commercial with Ben Affleck. Hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny, relatable, and it went viral. Basically a mini movie with a Dunkin' logo slapped on it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you really want listeners to take away?
I think it's just being aware of how the Super Bowl is changing. It's not just a game anymore. It's this, I don't know, reflection of who we are.
Well said. This Super Bowl was definitely a wild ride. Surprises, controversies, and a whole lot of moments we won't forget.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. And remember, there's always more to uncover, so keep digging.